if you got Dracula, Christopher Lee, and you throw in a James Bond movie, Animal House with the chick from Animal House, right. Cheers, Ted Danson as 007. What have you got? What have you got? So you shake it all together and you get Once Upon a Spy. I know it's been a while, but welcome back.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hello and welcome to another episode of It Could Have Been a Classic, and this time we're going to be talking about Once Upon a Spy, 1980s, starring Ted Danson, the delectable Mary Louise Weller, Eleanor Parker, and a Norwegian supermodel who was Playmate of the Year, and she was in the Rod Stewart video, Do You Think I'm Sexy? And her name is, I forgot her name, Lillian Mueller from Norway, and she's very delectable as well. You've got Eleanor Parker, who's a very incredible established actor, but the big star of this is not Ted Danson for me. I'm a fan of Ted Danson. He's like a computer genius, Jack Chenault. And Marcus Valorium, the big bad himself, whose career went a bit odd. It went off. Christopher Lee as Marcus Valorium, the Blofeld of the movie. Now, Mary Louise Weller, she plays Paige Tannehill. She's a K-12 agent, a killer. That's a working title. She's like plays this hard-ass, super sexy babe that kills people, and she does secret jobs for the lady. Now, here it could have been a classic. This is where we look at utter complete shite and see if there's any potential in it. And trust me, there's a load in this film. I actually enjoyed watching this last night. They've got Eleanor Parker. Now, this is years before Judi Dench's them. The lady is the head of a secret organisation that protects America. And the story is pretty basic. It's a computer that weighs 3,000 tons, the size of a two-story building. I mean, they got it wrong in the 80s, didn't they? And it's called the X-12. It can monitor anything in outer space, satellites, anything. Marcus Valorium, Christopher Lee's character, sends in a super squad of special agents, steals it. Now you're going to ask, how does he get out with a 3,000-ton computer? As the size of a building, he shrinks it because he's got a shrink ray powered by cosmic rays. Right? I mean, you couldn't make it up. And he's surrounded by a load of beautiful people. It's amazing, these super villains. They surround themselves with all these super good looking people. And he wants to impose his will on the world by shrinking certain things like this dam in America and nuclear power plants. So basically this computer, which is shrunk down to a PC, right, I'm not making it up, right, is to fire the shrink ray from an observatory which was seen in loads of science fiction movies, right? And also, you recognise the scenery from other stuff. You recognise the computer consoles. I could name you a whole load of things. These things have appeared as background scenery. And even the chess set, I've seen it in 3 other science fiction things, and I Need to Get a Life. Now, this was made in 1980. I think it was the pilot episode for a TV series, and I can really see the potential in this. Scientific genius who Jack Chenault with Paige Canahill. I mean, even the names, and the lady who's the head of a secret organisation, which, get this, right, they have a secret base in the Tunnel of Love at an amusement park. I'm not making it up. This is what I love about this film, right? You've got secret lairs, insane scientists want to take over the world, and this organisation which is hidden under a theme fair, and the way you get in is you get tickets for the Tunnel of Love, and then when you start sort of like getting a bit kissy-wissy with each other, your car disappears down another rail and you end up in a secret base. And there's thousands of people down there, nobody's aware of it. I mean, you couldn't make this up. It's just this, I love films like this. So the plot line is Christopher Lee, whose career, it seems after he played Scaramanga, I don't know, he did some bad movies. Have you seen Starfleet Invasions? And he did some other stuff. It's like, I think it's like when he went to America, because when Christopher Lee turns up in this film in a wheelchair, right, that fires rockets, I'm being serious, rockets out of his wheelchair. And I have to say, he has one of the best secret, cool-looking lairs I've ever seen in one of these type of movies. Now there is potential with this, because when I watched this last night, now this is on YouTube, and I do recommend, if you've not seen it, check it out. I came across this on VHS back in sometime in the late 80s. I remember renting it out, paid 50p for it, and I watched it, and I thought, this is quite good, this. Now, it is cheesy by today's standards, but they're not making stuff like this anymore. This is like, it comes from Man from U.N.C.L.E., James Bond, The Avengers. You can put all this in, shake it around, this is what you get in the 80s. But it's like they were a bit late with it. Now, I think if this had probably come out in the mid-70s, there could have been a TV series there. I really do think that. But Christopher Lee, he did some bad ones, didn't he? For a couple of years. I think when he went to America, I think, he did it for the money, which, fair enough, you've got where to live in, haven't you? But every time he turns, I mean, he must have got offered more parts as a villain in America than all else. Because the minute when you see him, his presence just takes you there. You're hooked. Now, Ted Danson's playing this, like, carefree scientist who's built Fred the supercomputer, which is the equivalent of the other computer. Now, Marcus Valorian, Christopher Lee's character, he hates Ted Danson because 12 years ago, he defeated him at a game of chess and won him at they're both geniuses. Ted Danson's character, Chenault, we keep calling him Chenault. I mean, they have these macho names, don't they? He defeated him and won this award, and he's never forgot about it. And they meet up, and they kidnap the scientist and his daughter because he's going to shrink stuff around America and cause chaos, because he hates democracy and believes that an intellectual elite should run the world. I mean, we're not that far off from it now, are we? Egos going on in politics. No, we don't talk about politics here. So I'm just saying, it's nice to see a megalomaniac with the lair, beautiful babes, and a secret installation. This is what this is about. Now, they did rip off a lot of James Bond stuff in this. Yeah, do you remember the Bond film? I forgot what it's called. The one where he goes to Japan, Sean Connery, and they're being chased, and the helicopter comes with the magnet. I mean, they ripped that scene right out of this. Now, I have to say, I look at the sets in this movie. There's a great scene where they're in a maze, and it's two intellects play like the cat and the canary. It goes on, they're in this maze. I mean, it's a great scene where, like, Ted Danson's character, Chenault, are in front of Christopher Lee, and he wants to challenge him to another game and defeat him. And he just presses a button and a trapdoor opens. You couldn't make it up. But I have to say, the scenery with these tunnels, I was so impressed by the backdrops in this film. And there's two killers, and they're after her, Paige Tannehill, running around in this, and they're having to guide the characters, but like Ted Danson, being who he is, outwits Christopher Lee's character. And I have to say, the sexual tension between Mary Lou Weller and Ted Danson works very well in this film. The flirting and the innuendos and the one-liners. So this is a film, as a TV movie, it has a lot to offer. I even think they put the budget into this. They really did try. And the casting is quite impressive, especially Eleanor Parker and Christopher Lee. And this will have been like Ted Danson on his way up. This was like before Cheers, so he was like probably known on the TV circuit and getting quite well known. And this, honestly, I really could see a TV series with this. There was something about this where it does work. And I really could see a season of 24 episodes of this, probably cancelled after one season, but have really whacked out weird stories. Now, this is on YouTube. I was quite surprised about this because I came across this on Dark Corners, which I do recommend you should check out. And when I found this on YouTube, I was quite excited about it. There's not a lot of clips or pictures on this.
Cat and canary with an old adversary. Chenault, a pace to your right, please. Well, Miss Tannehill, isn't it amusing that you came here to terminate me?
I don't think it's amusing.
What's so wonderful about this film is that it tries not to be anything. It is what it is, and that's the beauty of it. It don't try and like being overcomplicated. The story's quite simple. Got loads of good-looking chicks in it. You got the insane scientist, and the story moves along at a nice pace. Now, for the pilot episode, I was thoroughly impressed with this. I really do. I was. You get pilot episodes. I've watched a lot of pilot episodes. I've got a thing for cancelled TV series and pilot episodes, and you always wonder what could have been. And I really do see something more beyond this film. Now, I can't picture a 5-year run, but if this had been made in about 75, 74, this would have worked. I could see it probably being cancelled after one season, but I could see this having a bit of a cult following because it would be so weird. And you could have Christopher Lee as a recurring villain somehow. You see, the ending is interesting because when the observatory, which has been used in more science fiction films and TV series than anything else. I mean, I remember the observatory from Man from U.N.C.L., from one of the episodes. But like when they're in there and they destroy the thing, what they do is the engine. He's gonna Christopher Lee in his rocket powered rocket firing wheelchair, right? He's going to destroy the Hoover Dam and then he's going to shrink everything and cause chaos. The refractor and the shrinker beam comes back and shrinks his installation. And it's quite interesting, the ending, and Ted Danson, Chenault's character, he gets off with her, and then it just finishes at the end where you got the lady, they're in the secret installation, and he don't want to be a secret agent, but like, you are going to be a secret agent, because next week when we start this series, we're going to be fighting like other megalomaniacs like what we've just been through. And I could really see Christopher Lee being a reoccurring character in this. Somehow he unshrinks himself and he's got another insane scheme. It's like the episode Man from Atlantis, with Victor Bonner's character as that insane scientist. A secret installation under the sea, and he came back several times. You know, and I really can see this going beyond what it is. Thanks for watching this. I've really enjoyed doing this one. It is a fascinating movie experience, and it's bad, it's terrible, but there's something there. Now the question is, do we let it through? Once Upon a Spy, you could have been a classic. So thanks for watching. I will see you on the next episode. Please subscribe to the channel. Please let me know your comments and thoughts. And check this out on YouTube. And please leave a like. It helps the channel. And I will see you on the next episode. Live long and prosper.